that weight at 154? How you think Crawford did?
You know, they are a weight class for a reason, and you need to ask him. It's different. I know in his mind he thinks he can do.
The animosity between Crawford and Canelo has definitely reached a boiling point, and it's not just about the September fight. What was meant to be professional. The build-up to one of the greatest fights in modern boxing history has taken a wild turn following an explosive incident at an airport earlier today.
Is Crawford the biggest fight because of everything around it, everyone around it, the fact that it might be on Netflix we're hearing as a part of a big deal with TKO?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be bigger. Even the Mayweather fight is gonna be bigger than that.
You think it does more pay-per-view buys than the Mayweather fight?
Yeah, I think so.
Crawford, who had previously made it known that he had little regard for Canelo, pushed things to the next level when he grabbed the Mexican superstar by the collar and shoved him during a heated...
For going up, I believe he can put a beating on anybody 154, 160.
But not 68.
Nah, Benavidez is...
Canelo. Yeah.
Oh, Canelo. I think he's a smart fighter. He doesn't rely on his power. Crawford ain't a fighter who just relies on his power.
Nobody anticipated this coming, especially not this soon. Sure, there has been chatter. Crawford has never shied away from telling the world he intends to steal Canelo's kingdom. He's been open about his view that Canelo is overrated and that he'll expose him in the ring. But putting hands on him before the fight? That is something different. Canelo refused to back down. He appeared ready to react, but before he could, bystanders got in between them. But if anyone believed this battle was only about titles and legacy, they should think again. Crawford just delivered the clearest message possible. He is not here to play games.
What about Crawford?
Crawford got Canelo, bro. He got to worry about the big Mexican, bro. You got to worry about Canelo Alvarez.
Your new stablemate, so give us a prediction then.
Prediction? It's boxing, though. I got Canelo stopping him. Too big, bro.
Any way you think?
I'm not going to speak for Canelo's team, but me and my father already insisted in sparring Canelo for Crawford. Like, actually sparring, because I know one thing is that they're going to want to, their game plan is to box Canelo, and we the best boxers there is, bro. But we're going to...
Let's not forget that all of this is taking place while Canelo is preparing for his bout against William Skull in Saudi Arabia on May 2nd. That fight is supposed to consolidate his super middleweight domination and restore his undisputed status. But now there's a distraction in the shape of Crawford, who obviously isn't waiting until September to get into Canelo's mind. The timing of this encounter could not be more intriguing. Canelo should be focused on William Skull, but after today's event, he can't ignore the larger storm development.
Because if you fight this guy, he don't look good. The fans, he's not going to look good at winning with this guy. You got to constantly have fights that you know and fight a guy that's going to make you look good. The guy got to pressure you or something. You know, this guy's running around. Crawford's not used to this kind of movement and
Weird
stuff.
fit.
Yeah.
Team Crawford is already bringing the intensity in training camp. Coach Brian Balak McIntyre has been hyping up this fight for weeks, making it clear they're not in it just for the paycheck. Crawford himself dismissed that idea, saying, "Man, these people think we're in this for the check." For Crawford, this fight is about legacy, not money. He sees Canelo as just another hurdle on his path to proving he's the best of this generation. McIntyre echoes this sentiment, emphasizing that when Crawford is locked in, it's a different level. "I take nothing from Canelo," he says, "but when Bud's focused, it's different." Crawford doesn't need the money. He has investments. What he needs is to prove he's the best, and this fight is the final piece to solidifying his place in boxing history. It's all about legacy.
I don't like that fight. It's just too much weight. You know, and he had a close fight with the last guy he fought, Terence, because this guy was big and he was awkward. He was really awkward. He shouldn't have fought that guy. He should have fought a guy that was...
Crawford's preparation for big fights is unmatched, and he's bringing that same energy to his upcoming showdown with Canelo. After his dominant win over Errol Spence Jr. in their undisputed welterweight clash, where he dropped Spence 3 times and stopped him in the 9th round, Crawford's mindset hasn't changed. He told Bo before the fight, "I'm going to mess him up." And that's exactly what happened. Now he's approaching Canelo with the same intensity. He's not here for a competitive fight, but to prove a point. The altercation at the airport only reinforces that Crawford isn't waiting for fight night to assert his dominance. He's looking to make an impression long before the bell rings, showing Canelo that he's not just here to fight, but to win decisively and leave no doubt.
Terence is not a regular guy. You know what I'm saying? He's special. And, Canelo, he's a top-notch fighter, world-class fighter. Still on the pound-for-pound list, I'm sure towards somewhere near the top. And it's exciting. Terence is freakishly strong. He can punch. He's got good crack. He can fight.
Crawford has been sending clear signals that he's fully committed to his fight. Against Canelo, bulking up and showing off his new physique as he prepares to move up 2 weight classes. Despite doubts about whether he can handle Canelo's power, Crawford isn't fazed. He's used to being doubted and has made a habit of proving people wrong throughout his career. While Canelo has remained focused on William Skull, Crawford made things personal today, likely forcing the Mexican superstar to take the fight more seriously. The question now is whether Canelo can stay focused in the lead-up to September, or if Crawford has already planted seeds of doubt in his mind. The mental aspect of this fight could be just as important as the physical preparation for both fighters.
If I'm easy work, I heard him say I'm easy work. If I was easy work, you would take all that money that he's offering you. But yet and still, he want $200 million for Benavidez, and he want $150 million to fight me. So that just lets me know right there that I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to his legacy.
This is no longer just about boxing. It's personal. And the way Crawford is speaking suggests that he's not only wanting to win, he's also trying to humiliate Canelo. This isn't only about strategy and talent. It's about making a point. And if today's event is any indicator, we might be looking at one of the most heated personal rivalries. Bulma is already licking his chops for September and isn't ashamed to admit it. I want to prove to the world once more that we're the best team out there, that Terence is the best out there, he added. Everyone may be looking at it as if it were money, but Bud is going to smash this man up.
Watch. Being that you obviously, again, appealing Team Crawford, can you confirm? Are we going to see that fight? Has it been made official? Is it official?
It's on, baby. September 13, baby. Look forward to it. Crawford versus Canelo.
Heard it?
Listen how I said it.
Hey, are we getting this confirmation here first?
You understand? Yeah, it's confirmed. Man, what?
Say less.
Crawford versus Canelo, not the other way around. Team Crawford, stand up. Pound for pound, the best in the world. Soon to be the super mid.
The fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford has taken on a whole new level of intensity. What started as a historical battle has now evolved into something much more heated. A few days ago, Canelo might have been focused on William Skull, but after today, he knows exactly what awaits him in September. Crawford's move to shake things up early has been a huge success. Sean Porter, who knows firsthand what it's like to face Crawford in the ring, isn't shy about sharing his thoughts. When asked about Crawford jumping up 2 weight classes to face Canelo, Porter didn't just call it possible. He boldly stated Crawford can beat Canelo. This isn't a casual prediction. It's coming from someone who's been in the ring with Bud and felt his power and skills. When you break it down, Porter's confidence makes sense. Crawford's elite ability and ring IQ could make this a serious challenge for Canelo.
The others say, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he's still got that kind of steam. But, there's so many components that make a champion.
Crawford isn't simply another gifted fighter, according to Porter. His attitude sets him apart from the competition. He referred to Crawford as the most competitive man I know. Porter has fought Errol Spence Jr., Yordenis Ugas, Keith Thurman, and Kell Brook, so this is a significant statement. Crawford, in his opinion, possesses unparalleled attention, determination, and willpower. That is why he feels Canelo will falter over 8 to 10 rounds. Canelo is still a terrific fighter, but at this point in his career, with so many tough battles behind him, Porter believes Crawford's relentless style will wear him down.
Effective Crawford can be if he keeps moving up in weight. You know, like you're starting to see that, you know, now he's not quite as strong. The knockout streak is over. But he can box really, really well. But Madrimov pressed him the whole fight. So obviously the power wasn't getting the respect that he might have gotten when he was a
Stevenson predicted this years ago. He isn't simply stating it now because the conflict is taking place. He has been discussing it since 2021. Stevenson predicted that Bud would defeat Canelo shortly after Crawford stopped Shawn Porter, and he wasn't just guessing. He based his prediction on style, skill, and Canelo's limitations. Even before Bivol dominated Canelo in 2022, Stevenson was ahead of the competition.
Bud versus Canelo, based on last fight, is a 50-50. So Canelo fights an undisputed champ, up-and-coming former champion, and an up-and-coming undefeated contender. And somehow those three last opponents are somehow compared to Bud's Madrimov fight, making it a 50-50 fight? Wow.
Shakur Stevenson foresaw it years ago. He is not merely announcing it now because the dispute is occurring. He has been debating it since 2021. Stevenson predicted Bud would defeat Canelo immediately after Crawford stopped Shawn Porter, and he wasn't just guessing. His prognosis was based on style, skill, and Canelo's weaknesses. Before Bivol dominated Canelo in 2022, Stevenson was ahead of the game.
Canelo, I think that's weird, you know, because you'd have to gain, 20 pounds? Yeah. But they say that's the money fight. That's the mega fight. That's the money fight. That's the only thing that makes sense for Terence Crawford.
Well, you know, catch weight. You can do something out of catch weight.
What weight you think?
I like 160.
Also stated that Crawford is one of the smartest fighters in the game. He understands how to move, control the ring, and take away his opponent's best weapons. Rahman believes Canelo has become spoiled by fighting guys who aren't willing to push him to his limits. Crawford will not be one of those guys. Joe Rogan is also skeptical of the Crawford
natural size advantage.
Happened in boxing, you know what I'm saying? And Terence Crawford is a legend. He's great. He's a great fighter. The only thing I see that I favor Canelo is that, you know, is his weight.
Yeah.
And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody and probably do way better.